This is Hannibal back here with another drone slash UAP news update. This story is not over. There was a House hearing today and a confidential congressional briefing. And I can tell you, while I haven't watched the full House hearing yet, I will do a report on it later. They are grilling the FBI guy, and a lot of the people are being grilled over what's going on. And there's definitely something going on, no matter what statements the Pentagon has released. I don't think Donald Trump is just going to say something strange is going on, and he's not going to New Jersey this weekend for absolutely no reason, because that's directly in conflict with what else we've been told today. According to people that have been out of the congressional briefing today, since it was a confidential briefing, they're limited on what they could say, but 28 reps from Homeland Security, the FBI, and other government agencies were there. Apparently, the consensus is this is not a federal government operation. That's what it seems to be. This is apparently that's what's coming out of that confidential hearing. There's been added detection capabilities to the New Jersey region. The Biden administration have presented no sense of control over the situation to the public and a lot of members of Congress. 5 days ago, the U.S. indicted a Chinese citizen for using a drone near an Air Force base. And apparently that situation was discussed in further detail in that confidential briefing. So what that has to do with this whole situation, it at least has something to do with it. And Tim Burchett, which I guess I pronounce it in a funny way. Burchett, maybe. And I like him. I'm not mispronouncing his name for a funny way, but he said earlier today to News Nation that he believes these are Chinese. So that seems to be a theme. We're definitely going to know more by the end of the day. Ryan Graves, who has testified at one of the UAP congressional hearings, former Lieutenant U.S. Navy and F-18 pilot, also did an interview with Joe Rogan today on this subject. Some of the things he mentioned is this has been happening on military bases as far as these mystery drone incursions for at least 3 years. From what he understands about the current situation, the objects are coming from over the ocean. Ohio, the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base incursion would be the furthest base away from the ocean he's heard of. And again, that was supposedly shut down for about 4 hours over the weekend. For people that are saying this is nothing, it's actually causing to shut down airspace over military bases. Regular detection systems are picking most of them up. A lot of these drones are flying very low. Some appear to be operating in a group. It's unknown if they are actually emitting energy yet. The government might be serious, according to Ryan Graves, according to not knowing what the mystery drones are as far as the legitimate mystery ones. And they have publicly said that out of 5,000, there are about 100 that they don't know what they are. That's 2%. That's 2% of the things flying up there that they don't know what they are. And they could be carrying a payload. That's just a fact, because they don't know if they are or not. There's 2% according to what is being reported. If that is true, that they really don't know what all of them are, because 2% is still a percentage nonetheless. Of course, Donald Trump said they know exactly what's going on. So who knows? Apparently, there have been 11 incursions over Picatinny Arsenal Base in New Jersey. Why there has been so many of these and no effective stop, he doesn't know. Drones have been weaponized and can be weaponized. Apparently, related to what I reported on earlier, the Pentagon briefing that took place today, apparently the speaker that was speaking on behalf of the Pentagon said off camera to the press in a statement that they, I guess, were allowed to report, even though it wasn't allowed to be recorded, that the department is aware of the quote unquote challenges that are being posed by these UAS, unmanned aerial systems, and they recently developed a strategy for dealing with them. So I'm guessing that means dealing with the ones that are presenting a challenge. And I also just watched an interview with a drone expert that says the drones that are reportedly the size of a small school bus, there's no real known commercial drones that big, or drones that a citizen could just pick up that are the size of a small school bus at this point. So they would likely be military drones. But there'll be more news coming out later tonight on this subject. I'm positive of it, of more congressional people coming out of that classified briefing today talking about it, and more people coming out of that House hearing talking about it. So I will keep you updated when I am back from pumping some iron. But I don't think this is over. And again, this is the difference. We keep hearing there's nothing to worry about, and then there's signs from the same administration that there is stuff to worry about. It's very conflicting, and it definitely, not getting a straight answer, a more solid answer, definitely increases the speculation from people who are very interested in this. Good question. How are they staying up so long in the cold weather? I'm not the one to know about that. That's a good question. Next time I interview an expert on the subject.